Do you want to know why your Park City property didn't sell when it was listed? In this webinar, I'm going to try to tackle that subject. My name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah, and I specialize on selling expired listings. You got to begin with this question: what happened? Why do listings expire? And there's a number of reasons why listings expire without selling. Probably the most common ones are sellers are not thoroughly advised before they list their property for sale, or there's poor exposure of their property to qualified buyers, or their property is overpriced. And it frankly may be two or even a combination of all three. Let's talk about insufficient advice before they listed their properties. Let's face it, selling a property is complicated and a lot of information is required to make a well-informed decision when it comes to selling your property. Question is, did you get all the information? And what was possibly missing? What were you not told that you needed to know to make informed decisions? You need to know the current market data regarding your property. This means recent sales of comparable properties to yours, with an explanation as why some sold and why others did not. You need details on your competition, which properties buyers will buy if they don't buy yours and why. You also need to know facts about the absorption rate so that you'll know what the anticipated time it should take to sell within the price range of your property. It's imperative that you have an honest discussion with your realtor wherein you tell him or her the truth about your situation and your goals. By doing so, you're going to get the advice that you need. Now, it's not unlike going to a doctor where you go to the doctor and he or she says, where does it hurt? You describe where it hurts and they ask, how long has it felt that? Been feeling that way, etc., etc. You need to fully tell your doctor what he or she needs to know so that they can give you the advice that you need, the proper diagnosis and the treatment. It's not any different with a realtor. That realtor needs to know what you're thinking, what your situation is, why you're trying to sell the property, and those dynamics so that he or she can give you the appropriate advice. Without it, insufficient advice, lower likelihood of selling your property. Then the realtor needs to be a trusted advisor. He or she needs to be truthful with you about your property. Again, as with a doctor, doesn't do you any good if your doctor lies to you about your condition. You need the truth, even though you may not want to hear it, so that you can make decisions about your situation. If you have issues where the property is not in good condition, you need to know about it. If there are drawbacks, what can you do to overcome those drawbacks? Finally, you need the truth about correctly pricing your property to sell. And I get it. You want the highest possible price for your property, and you should get it when you go to sell it. However, if you overprice your property, that's only going to guarantee that it won't sell, and that defeats your purpose. You may have already experienced this. Think about it this way. If you were to go sell a stock, and let's say you own a stock and it sells for $200 a share, and you say, well, I really want $205 a share. So you offer at $205, are you going to sell it? No, because the fair price is $200. Are you going to get $203? No. $201? No. You're not going to get any more than its fair price, and that's reasonable. So you got to get to that price. I've been helping property owners sell their Deer Valley and Park City real estate for over 30 years. And if you're thinking, my property is different, it's better than those others, and I hear that all the time, you might be right, or you might be wrong. And your price can or should be adjusted if there are indeed differences. But it doesn't change the fact that there is always a fair market value for a property. And the market is created as buyers and sellers come together and negotiate it. The market is not determined by buyers alone. It's not determined by sellers alone. They come together, and that's what sets the market. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with unrealistic expectation and failed results, or to put it another way, no sale. A lack of exposure to qualified buyers often prevent properties from selling these days. It's not enough to do what most agents have done in the past, where they would put the property into the multiple listing service. They would put up a sign in the yard. They would, if they had a website, put your property on the website. That's a passive waiting approach, and it really doesn't work. Today, you must be sure that every buyer who is reasonably likely to consider your property knows it's for sale. And this is accomplished through a comprehensive marketing plan with a track record and proven results. To sell a property these days, you have to go where the buyers are looking. The old passive waiting approach doesn't work, and it's not in the best interest of sellers. To accomplish this, I've come up with the Force Multiplier marketing system. It consists of 8 proven strategies in our marketing plan, and I'm not going to share the details of them now, but I'll direct you to our website, BuyParkCity.com/selling, and you can go there and read about it, or there's actually a video there describing the Force Multiplier marketing system in detail. But what you are interested in, I'm sure, is does it work? That's the bottom line. Well, we sold 21 properties for every one the average Park City agent sold last year, 2018. In fact, we did the same thing in 2017. We sell more properties because we've got a marketing system that's highly effective. We've got a team, there's my team, 7 of us in total that work together to sell properties. So if you're looking for an alternative approach, check it out. Go to BuyParkCity.com/selling. Some sellers make the mistake of overpricing their property. Now, why do some owners overprice their properties when they list it? Often it's a case that they simply don't know the correct price for their property, and unless they're involved in the real estate market in Park City or Deer Valley, they're not expected to know this. Although I do find it interesting that they do know what they want to get for their property. They also want to see often if a buyer is willing to pay them an over-market price. And the only way you do it is you put property on the market and you see if there's any takers. Well, this is testing the market. And while it may be valid to do, if you've had your property on the market and it hasn't sold, you probably have already tested the market. Unfortunately, overpriced properties do not sell. What they do more often than not is they expire without selling. Or you find yourself in a situation where you're chasing the market down with price reductions, often not resulting in a sale. So there's a real harm that you do to yourself by overpricing your property. Let me give you the facts. 2 out of 3 listings in Park City and Deer Valley are overpriced. Overpriced listings are not selling. They eventually expire without a sale. 1 out of 3 listings are selling because they are correctly priced. And today's buyers are reluctant to buy for a number of different reasons. Let's take a look at those reasons. Many of them realize from the market data that many sellers are simply overpricing their properties. They're not buying. Or they choose to wait for prices to come down before they write an offer. They sense that the market is coming down or that sellers will need to lower their prices, and they're willing to wait for this. They are indeed influenced by the negative news and the events around the country, whether it's government shutdowns, whether it's falling stock market prices, whether it's real estate dropping in many places around the country. All these things are causing buyers to pause and not buy quickly. And they are fearful of buying too early before prices hit bottom. Everyone wants to buy at the bottom of the market. Very few are lucky enough to do that. Nevertheless, they try. That's what's holding people back. It's a very real issue in today's market in Park City. So how do you get buyers to buy in that situation? Well, you need to learn the market and get good advice to help you make right decisions when it comes to selling your property. You're not going to change how buyers think, but you can get appropriate advice in light of how they think in order to come alongside them to make deals. We are making deals, no question about it. You need to learn the truth about your property. Maybe you didn't get the truth previously, and make whatever changes are appropriate or necessary to help it sell. And you got to price your property realistically in order to sell it. It certainly is possible that you've been told the correct price for your property and you didn't like it. Well, you might want to take it off the market at this time. Now may not be the right time for you to get the desired price that you're after. And let me just say this, it's not only about price, even though I've just been stressing that. Your property may need some repairs, some modifications, or improvements to earn the price that you want. And so you need an objective viewpoint to look at that, and sometimes the help of someone who's a little further away from your property. We provide a free consultation. We make suggestions to help you sell your property. And whether they're repairs, whether they're remodeling, whether they're just touching up here, all these things help. We actually provide, free of cost, what we call an A/B list of improvements. We go through your property, we inspect it, and we provide A list items and B items. A items are items that will make the difference between your property selling or not selling, or whatever it costs you to do those A items to enhance your home or your condo. You should get that or more out of it with a sale. That's an A item. A B item are suggestions that we see. They're a little harder to ascertain their value, but they're good suggestions nevertheless. We're happy to provide that for you. All you have to do is give us a call or send an email, info@thewilsteinteam.com. There's our phone number, 435-487-0151. We'll get you that information. With our free consultation, we will help you understand why your property did not sell previously and what you can do so that it will sell next time around. Let me just say, this isn't rocket science. When you see the information that we provide, you may not always like it, but it will be understandable, it will make sense, and then you can make a well-informed decision. What's important is you need to know what you may not have known to get different results next time around. Let's talk. You can contact me or you can send me an email. There's my contact information, available to assist in any way that I can. If you want the A/B list, again, it's free. Just contact us. We'll go by, inspect your property, provide you with that written list, and we'll give you some helpful tips to maybe make the difference between your property not selling before and it selling next time around. So let's talk. And if you want information about our marketing, go to our website, BuyParkCity.com/selling. Check out our Force Multiplier marketing system. Learn for yourself why we get the results that we get.